Okay, the purpose of this video is to walk you through the mechanical steps of creating the accounting equation in XBRL. So again, the focus is the mechanics of this process for now. We're going to get into more detail later. So to start, you want to zero out the application. To do that, we select File, New, then Model from the File menu. And that zeroes out everything. And just to be safe, File, New, Report. That makes sure that there's nothing in the report. Second, we go to the base information. And we fill in our namespace identifier, which I've already done. You just type in, AE for accounting equation. You can put whatever you want, but basically, I would follow this exactly the way that I've done it, just to be as safe as possible. So the base information is all set. The keys are the namespace prefix, the identifier, and then the name of the file. So then we want to start entering the terms. So we want to enter a term. It's a concept. The concept is called assets. The prefix, we assigned that, so we now select it. It auto-generates a name, we typed in the label, and it auto-generates the name, This is a monetary concept with a balance type of debit, and it's as of a point in time, so we select instant. We do the same thing for the concept liabilities. It's a credit. And we do the same thing for equity, which is also a credit. And we're done entering terms. Actually, no, we're not. We have to add one more term. So the term we have to add is we have to have a place to hang these terms on. That'll make sense in a second. So we're going to create an abstract concept. We're going to call that balance sheet. And I'm going to just put this little arithmetic thing in there. What this indicates it's a certain kind of pattern. It's just a little marker. It doesn't really matter because it's an abstract concept. It auto creates the term. And there is no data type, so it won't let you enter a data type because they don't have data type, balance types, and period types, and abstract concepts don't. So we close this. We go into labels. There are no labels we have to add because they were auto-generated, or they were created when we created the terms, and we're not going to add any start period, end period, or negated terms, so we don't have to enter any labels. We then enter the structures, okay, and the first structure, the only structure is the balance sheet, and we enter a title for that structure, and it's the first one and it's the only one, so we've now entered our structures. The next thing we do is we create the associations. So we're going to create presentation associations in the structure balance sheet, and we're going to want to hang all the concepts off of this one abstract concept. Okay, so first we're going to do assets, and there's no calculation polarity because it's not calculation link based. There's no references because, the label, no preferred label role because it's just using the standard label. We can put in a sequence. Okay, we got that entered. We're going to do the same thing for next association, which is liabilities. Again, we don't have those fields. And we do the same thing for equity. And we have all of our associations. So this is not the interface you will typically be using, but I created this, or I had this created, a software engineer created it in order to communicate the artifacts that you use to create a report. You don't have to deal with the XBRL syntax. You can deal with the higher level logic of the report. I'm using this to communicate that to software engineers, and now they're going to build a layer on top of this that makes this interface easier to use. So we've created the association, so we'll close that. Next thing we do is we did the terms, labels, structures, and associations. We want to do the rules. So there's one rule. It's a consistency rule. Relates to the balance sheet, which is the only structure. The rule is, and this is, you just have to do this. This is XPath syntax. Assets equals now, a software application can make this a little bit easier. This rule relates to the balance sheet structure. The concept that we're calculating is assets. Put in a sequence of 1. We have no commentary. Okay, so now we've created the rule, but we have to do one other step. We have to press this button, and then these are actually variables. We have to create the concepts that associate with these variables. So what we've done is we've created a little shortcut, and whatever this name is, these two things basically synchronize automatically. So we want these concepts: assets, liabilities, and equity, because those are the ones that are in this rule. And we're done with the rules. Now we want to enter the facts. Okay, so we're going to cheat a little bit. I have an Excel spreadsheet, and it has all the facts in it. So this is available on the website. You can grab this. You basically can copy this, Control C. You go to the Luca application. You press right there, and you press Control V, and voila, there's all your facts. So, and rather than just entering them and typing all these funky characters, all this is a legal entity identifier, an ISO legal entity identifier. So we have all the facts created, and we're basically done. So now what we want to do is we want to save this. Oh, actually, this is very important. You have to press the save button. If you do not press the save button, the facts don't get saved. So press the save button. And we're done. So now what we want to do is save this as XBRL. So I'm going to go to my documents, and I'm going to create a subdirectory. And I'm going to put the files in that subdirectory. Oop, I got to get a name. I got to put in accounting equation dot and save it. And it says it was successfully saved. So if I go to that file the Tesseract tool, open that file. Actually, wait, I wanted to show you where the files were. So we saved the files. You'll see these files, okay? So we go into the Tesseract application. We go to that subdirectory. We open the XBRL instance, which is this .xbrl file. It loads. And there you have the accounting equation represented in XBRL. Okay, you can do the same thing. Load the XBRL instance. And this is UB Matrix tool. Can verify. I'm not sure this is going to work, but it's got XBRL formulas attached, and I don't know if it does support XBRL formulas. So there's the validation. So it's correct. But basically, those are the mechanical aspects of creating the accounting equation report. So I'm going to stop there.